everybody! So, since the last round of vlog topics ended up falling over the time when I was doing my last bit of research and finishing my thesis, I didn't do any research. I did no research on any of your topics, and since I didn't want to go all the way back through my old Twitter and Facebook threads to find them, I decided to pick my own topic. So, for this week, you guys are going to be getting the quickest and dirtiest history of Steamerica or Voltapunk USA. So, since the Industrial Revolution ended up happening at the end of the 1600s, by the time the settlers were coming to America, they were bringing the means to immediately start setting up factories. And instead of only trading guns and alcohol with the Native Americans, they also traded their tech. And the Native Americans, in turn, also began building up factories very quickly, and as a result of that, a lot of the sacred places were preserved, since the Native Americans built up their own factories and did not give anyone the chance to really encroach on their turf in that way. Since the colonists were dealing much more in finished products, since they had the means to build factories that much earlier on, the taxes that were enforced by the British were significantly more ruthless and significantly more directed at trade. They beefed up their navigation acts in an attempt to make American trade a completely British institution. They would not allow the American colonists to trade with any other countries that were not British colonies, and the American factory owners and merchants did not like that at all, and neither did the Native American factory owners and merchants, which led to a much more cemented alliance between the two of them during the American Revolution, which happened pretty much as it did in our real history, with the exception of much better tech and the fact that the Native American home court advantage was a force to be reckoned with. The guerrilla warfare was completely insane. Following the establishment of the United States as its own country, the War of 1812 also happened in a fairly similar fashion. It started the same way, the US attempting to play both sides as far as trade was concerned between the British and the French. However, the USS Constitution, or Old Ironsides, was actually a prototype ironclad. You will hear more about those probably later on. 10 years later, with Andrew Jackson's presidency, came probably the biggest deviation between real history and the history of Voltapunk USA. He still hated the Cherokees and still attempted to push them off of their lands, resulting in the Trail of Tears. However, he failed to take into consideration the fact that the Cherokee had some of the biggest and most wealthy factories in the South. They had the best textile mills, and when they were driven away, the mills stopped producing. The public was so outraged that he had to let them return to their factories. He had to let them come back home. The South still had a slavery-backed economy. However, aside from only field work, the slaves were also manning the factories and helping with the tech. By the time the Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed, the factories in the North were able to churn out enough guns to equip an army every year. The Winchesters partnered with the Whitneys in order to start manufacturing interchangeable parts for guns that made them even more viable and even better for the war that everyone was certain was looming by this time. And there you have it. Quickest, dirtiest history of Voltapunk USA. I know I left a ton of stuff out, but honestly, if I tried to put it all in, we would be sitting here for about 3 hours, and the research would have taken months. So, next vlog, I would like to do an actual Q&A session. So please send me questions, anything you want to know about Reconstruction, my writing process, just anything in general. Sky's the limit. I would really, really enjoy one. And also, Q&As are no fun if nobody sends any questions. So, please ask me the questions on Facebook, or if you want to ask me on Twitter, please tag them with Voltapunk Q&A, just so that I can find them. Anyway, so don't forget to like and favorite this video and subscribe for more of the vlogs and watching me try to answer all of your questions. And don't forget to leave this chapter a plus vote. Do you want me to stop?
Keep going. Doesn't matter.
And the recommended song is Gold by Metro Station. Just listen to it, you'll figure out why.